Welcome back. You're watching Power Breakfast on CNBC-TV18. Now, let's get to some macro cues. Now, India's industrial production that grew by 5.2% in the month of November compared to the expectation of 4.12% growth. November's IIP is significant improvement is what we saw compared to 2.5% growth that was recorded in November 2023 and 3.7% growth that was seen in October 2024. Now, let's move on CPI inflation for the month of December will also be released later today. Latha is going to be joining you, Latha, to give us the key expectations of this front. Good morning, Latha.
Good morning. The CNBC-TV18 poll is throwing up a number of 5.3% as the inflation, CPI inflation for the month of December, which is high compared to the year ago December being 5.69. So, you're basically getting a 5.5 inflation over a 5.5 inflation. So that way it's not very good. December food CPI will continue to be the bugbear. 8.3% is what our poll is saying. Again, coming over a 9% in November and last year's 9.5%. As you can see, for a year in a row, it was already 9.5. It's rising at 8.3. So all these are not very good numbers. But the core CPI is expected to come at 3.73. It has been below 4 for at least about 15 months. And in November, it was 3.6%. Now, if the December CPI does come in at 5.3, then if you took the October, November, December number, it would come to about 5.7%, which is what the Reserve Bank forecast. Also, if it comes at 5.3, the month-on-month fall from November to December would be 0.5%, which would be seen as a very good number. Normally in winter months, vegetable prices fall and you get a 0.4% fall. A 0.5% fall, if it comes at 5.3, will be a very good number. But now let me come with a caveat. Even if it pleases by coming at 4.25 or 4.3, you should not expect any gung-ho reaction in the bond market. In fact, the market is now veering down to the view that whatever the CPI number, it may be difficult for any rate cut from the Reserve Bank, given the very steep increase in US yields and the US dollar on Friday. So the CPI will be a sideshow today. Just a word on the IIP number, very good numbers. In the sense, from 5% per se is not very good, but, we have been lingering at 3.5, etc. So that way 5.2 is good, and it's certainly better than the CNBC-TV18 poll. There were very good numbers coming in from power, from consumer goods, consumer non-durables, which is the informal sector. So all that is a good number. But even there, if you look at the April-November number, it is just 4.1. So overall, it's not a great show, but per se, November looks like a good IIP number.
Okay, Latha, thank you so much for that, for giving us the details in terms of expectation for CPI as well as IIP data.